Hey, it's Nick here. I hope you're amazing. In today's episode, I want to talk about what type of relationships are you having with your employees. Now, there's all different types of relationships, right? There's a dictatorial type relationship where you're the boss and everybody never questions a boss and you just tell people how it's done and that's it, right? And then there's kind of an open relationship where you're happy to accept some feedback. It's sort of you're more friend to the employee, and you guys get along. And then there's kind of a interesting other relationship where actually the employees are dictating everything that goes on to the boss. So it's almost like a hostage relationship. Now, I've seen all of these different ones in business, and to be brutally honest, you need to pick the style that you like. Now, for me, I always like to do a few things when it comes to my employees. Number one, I always like to say that, I lead by example. In other words, I'm not prepared to give them anything to do that I wouldn't do myself. That's really, really important. Number two, I really like to kind of, separate our social calendar, as an example, with our work opportunities or our work needs. And by that, I don't mean that we don't hang out. We absolutely do. We love hanging out and we love going on social activities and we love going for a drink or a meal, whatever it may be. But work's work, and then social. Really, really important. Now, and then I've got an open relationship with my employees. In other words, I want to hear what they have to say. Now, it's not to say that I'm going to take everything on board and absolutely do everything that they say that we need to get done. No, I need to take on that data. I need to listen because they're at the coalface just as much as I am. And it's important for us then to, use that data and then for me to lead and make decisions from there. So in your employment that you've got, with your bosses, or sorry, with your employees, how would you go about positioning yourself and what type of relationship do you have? Now, it's really important to look at what type of relationships that you've got at the moment and see if they're working. If you're highly productive, if the business is profitable, if people are really, really happy, if they love doing what they do and literally they'd come to work for free, guess what? You've got a really, really great relationship. I know with my team, they're very, 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 very committed to what we do. They love doing what we do, right? And they're so committed that, hey, a lot of the times they literally work for me and don't charge any extra for overtime or weekends or doing any of that type of work. And I know because, right, they're just committed, they're happy, and they're into it. But it also takes a to and fro opportunity. If they need time off, if they need to go and pick up the kids, if they want to spend a bit of time with their family, if they need that day off, I'm definitely open to that because I believe that there needs to be a relationship that is to and fro here. So you need to think about that. You need to think about what's the best relationship. I always think about it like that. Collaboration is better than, dictatorship where, it's like a regime, right? And open and honest communication between employees and the employer is the way to go. All right, check it out. If you need some help with it, I'm Nick, and remember, the only way is up.